Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 135 of the Red Force podcast. My name's Eric Salado, and today, Christian Salado.
We're here in the pain week. Week on, week off, week on, week off. You know?
Call-in show, though.
Call-in show with the people. The people around here.
We got some spice.
We've got some spicy questions. Some spicy topics. Alright? Of course, One Piece news, editor comes out, says something dumb.
We're used to it.
Can you shut the fuck
Is
up?
Is it for 888 or
People say it's
887?
for a couple chapters, whatever.
The Looking Legend's
You know
still
what?
not found. That's order, though.
You know what? You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be this.
You get nothing. You lose.
That's what it's gonna be. Alright? Talking
Yeah.
shit. Oh, Kiku died. That's what it's gonna be. Alright, it's absolute stupidity. No one believes it. No one's buying it. Alright? Relax. Relax. Editor. Relax. Alright.
Do you reckon they're going to hype up 1,000?
Of course. They're already hyping it up. We've got a countdown. We already got the countdown.
Can we get Shanks?
You
It's a
ain't ready.
possibility.
You ain't ready for Shanks. Alright?
No one's ready for Shanks.
You ain't ready for Shanks.
Mhm.
Alright. In other news, it's that time of year when the big games companies come in and they throw their dick around, you know? But this time,
A month later.
it's just limp dicks. It's just limp. Nothing going on, alright? And we'll talk about it in topic of the
Just
show.
disappointing all around.
Alright? It's supposed to be a new console. It's supposed to be hype.
Same
No
old
hype
trash.
found. No hype found. No hype found. Alright? We'll get to the topic of the show. Alright? Will this spawn the Red Force Podcast gaming shit talking corner /
It's been around.
new thing? It's been around.
It's
We've
not
talked
new.
about it before.
Maybe we
But
can
yeah.
get free product.
That's the only reason why I have a gaming YouTube channel, is to get free stuff. Alright?
That's it.
So if I get a free Xbox Series X for free, I'm not going to complain.
You're not going to plug it in.
I'm not going to plug it in. It'll be a cool little desk item.
Sure.
A cool little
Just a shitty PC.
shitty little tower in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it'd be cool little ornament. Alright?
Alright. You can put your feet up on it.
Yeah. Pretty much. In other news, Cancel Lords still, quote unquote, in development. Just like B.D.A 3. It's in development and it's going great.
Many projects in development, as always, alright?
Alright.
Good news.
What?
Season 1 winding down at work,
Yeah.
right? Crunch pretty much over. So it won't be dead after work.
So you get some work done.
So we get some productivity going after hours.
Sure.
Good times.
Uh,
It'll probably come out around the 3rd anniversary.
of the show.
Yeah. It's sort of 20 weeks away.
That's so much time. You say you can't get it out any sooner.
Who knows how many pages
Okay.
it'll be?
Now he said
It could be 300 pages.
Now-
It could be 20.
He said
Who knows?
last time that he would get it out for the 2nd anniversary.
Yeah, well, you know.
That
I did
didn't
get it
happen.
out for the 2nd anniversary.
Did you?
It was out by the 2nd anniversary.
Okay. Chapter what?
Chapter 1.
When did you say chapter 2 was coming out?
Probably the 3rd anniversary, if you remember.
We're not even close to the third. When was the initial? When you said it was coming out? Anyway, irrelevant. Because Eric changes his mind all the time. He can't keep to a schedule. You know?
Wow.
The juices have to flow for Eric to feel the Cancel Lords.
The Cancel Lords is a moment in time. The rage has to be there.
Alright. In other news.
And it's building.
In other news.
Which is good news. The Cancel Lords.
In other news.
Yeah.
Show us all the last chapter is out of this arc.
Every time. Every week.
You know, you gotta promote, you know. Go read it, the arc's out, read the whole thing, it's done.
Some kind of celebration chapter, I imagine.
Yeah, celebration chapter, you know. Can't really drop spiciness. You know, the post arc's done, and then we finish the
Does
chapter.
anyone get murdered, Christian, in the joy
No.
of the celebrations?
Same Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Same Berserk. Alright. Go read it, go enjoy it. Took me a long time to do. It's finally over.
thoughts on your arc, the planning, how to turn out. Are you satisfied? What did you think?
Satisfied? Yes. We got it. We hit all the marks. We got all the story done.
Were the compromises made?
No. Zero compromises made.
Were things discovered?
Things were discovered along the way, of course. Right? You discover things.
Were seeds
always.
planted and other seeds
Yes, of course.
bear fruit?
We always talk about this, and it's in there. All right?
The seeds.
The seeds. Couple new people enjoying it. They're saying it's good. You know, take their word for it. All right? Eric getting salty. All right? That people like it for some reason.
I'm not salty that people like it, Christian.
Yeah, okay. Now, move it in to the call-in show. All right, we'll move it in.
Who's first?
Who's first? We have the one and only Krusop coming in with the topic: why Luffy will fight the world's sweatiest man, Akainu.
Krusop, you're on the show. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Good. Now, chat, please tell us if he's too loud, too quiet.
You can kind of see in the desktop.
We can kind of see, but you know how streams work. We should be good, though.
All right, awesome.
Tell us your topic.
All right, so I think it's time that I set the record straight, you know, because a lot of people they act like I'm crazy when I say that I want to see Luffy and Magma-kun, sweatiest man on the planet, fight at the end of the series. They're like, nah, man, he's gonna fight Sabo. But dude, Ace's death was like one of the most impactful moments in the series. Such great motivation for like an endgame villain in a Kainu. So basically I can go in further, but that's like the thesis, you know, of why Luffy's gonna fight Magma-kun, not Sabo. What do you guys think about this?
So, first question for me is Akainu the final boss, or is that Blackbeard or someone else?
Well, I mean, it depends on, you know, how you see the story going, but you know, I kind of feel like they're gonna fight the Marines after the One Piece is found. So it could be Im-sama, but I would actually prefer it to be a Kainu, you know, just because he's established as like a pretty damn good antagonist.
Here's the problem with that, right? If Akainu is the final boss, wouldn't the fight with Blackbeard, the fight with Blackbeard's gonna be insane. We got Earthquake fruit, we got the Darkness fruit, we got craziness.
Yep.
Luffy's gonna beat him in single combat, and then he's gonna go over to Akainu and steamroll him. So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if Akainu, like, he would have to gets the SSG serum, and it becomes what everyone thinks he is. You know?
For me, it's the age-old question of endgame and how Oda handles it, right?
Yeah.
Would I prefer there to be a poneglyph in Marijoa, and then Luffy gets that, and then, you know, he fights the Navy, and then he's either too weak to fight them before he becomes Pirate King, or too strong to fight them after he becomes the Pirate King.
So you're saying if he fights Akainu, he's either going to
I
steamroll
want the
him?
Blackbeard Navy team up to take out both.
Okay, so Luffy takes out two final bosses at the end.
Well, it'd be like Luffy and fucking everyone versus Blackbeard and the Navy.
Yeah, but we're talking about the final matchups. Blackbeard.
It has
And
to be,
Akainu.
it has to be Blackbeard. This is
Here's
a pirate
Here's what I'll say.
manga. It has to be Blackbeard.
All right.
In terms of the power scaling, right? Like, we saw Blackbeard go like pretty much even, a little bit better than Ace. You know, he killed Thatch first, then he fought Ace, and you know, then he got taken out by Magellan, and then you know, he did pretty well against Whitebeard, right? So, I mean, we saw like Akainu do okay against Whitebeard and Marineford. Like, what's to say that he doesn't get stronger over the 2 years? You know, like,
Sure.
I'm not trying to say like the sweatiest man is the strongest. Like, don't get me wrong. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King.
That's right, baby.
I think Marines can develop too, you know? Like, they
Sure,
can get
but
stronger.
in my mind, Blackbeard's just more of a technical threat for Luffy, with that that taking away Devil Fruit abilities. Maybe he can absorb Haki, still unknown.
I'm still not.
And then you go up against Alkainu. He's just a Logia with the magma when you've just fought Blackbeard, the guy with two Devil Fruits.
I think
Kinda,
the
like,
assumption
weird.
that Luffy will fight Blackbeard on Marijoa, or not Marijoa, on
Raftel.
Raftel, maybe starting to become a little bit too set in stone for me in the community.
I mean,
It's
we
it's
know he has to fight in
possible.
1v1 at some point.
Yeah, but I would prefer that Raftel journey to be a crew thing, then find out the shit, and then
Yeah.
Blackbeard comes at him.
Sure, maybe.
I
Anyway, like,
I mean,
let's move the conversation over towards like Zabo and what if Zabo doesn't get a fight with Alkainu, what does he get? Does he ever get a fight? Does he ever
Well,
get
there's
something?
Rablucci. That's always foreshadowed.
But is that
Who
is
does
that
Dragon
really...
fight? Does he fight? I mean, Zabo could fight the Gorosei Christian. Remember that the Gorosei are
Gorosei.
Emperor level.
They're 5 Elder Stars, maybe.
I mean, what if like Dragon and Sabu started out fighting Im-sama and like them just getting wrecked is like Luffy's fucking
but like
motivation to fight him. Because what I'm saying, guys, is like right now Luffy's got like a ton of motivation to fight Akainu and 0 to fight Im-sama.
Yes,
ton
we
of
know.
motivation
Yeah, we
for
know.
Blackbeard as well.
That's why we don't like Emu being the final bad guy, because there's no emotional
same.
connection with Luffy at all.
Now, side note is Amu is a dumb name, right? We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
It's not a good name.
Well, I guess like so I took Japanese, right? And I think that like you kind of drop the u sound, so it's more like im-sama to me than like emu, like
Yeah.
the bird, So
But is it supposed to be like
I think
I am, like I'm, as in I am the god, and then the
I
u is on
think-
the end because of Japanese?
there's some connection to like some ancient
Ancient being.
stuff or whatever.
Well,
yeah,
it would be if it was explained as I am, as in like I'm, and then the U is on the end because of Japanese. I guess that works.
It's not. Listen, but back to the topic. I do think Luffy will fight Akainu and Blackbeard. Just depends who the final bad guy, final boss is.
Yeah.
I could go see it going either way. Now Luffy seems to not hold revenge on
Oh, he hates Blackbeard.
Blackbeard or
No, he does. He hates Blackbeard.
sure. I guess
like,
it's never really come up. Like
He's always just like he's like this every time Blackbeard's mentioned.
I
In the
see people say
Colosseum,
that.
You know, we in before Marineford in Impel
now
Down.
Zabo says he doesn't hold any grudges, but the spirit of Ace is too hot or whatever the fuck when he fights Black Burgess.
Sure, but we're talking about Luffy here.
Yeah, but
Luffy.
people say Zabo is gonna fight Akainu because of the whole revenge match.
I think Luffy blames Blackbeard more than Alkainu.
Yeah, and Blackbeard's really the catalyst.
Yeah.
I mean, he shouldn't though, but yeah, I see that for sure. Like when like in Impel Down, when Luffy found out that like the guy that he met in Jaya was the same one that attacked his brother, he just went apeshit, dude. Like
Yeah, he went
obviously wants revenge, Like
It was a revenge on Blackbeard.
But yeah, it's I think after Wano the final pieces will become a lot clearer. Still up in the air with
Sure.
the final war and the
All
final
right.
arc.
Thank you, Crusoe, for the topic. Great topic.
you're welcome. Yeah, it was good being on with you guys. Thanks for having me.
No worries. So it's interesting, right? Because
It's the same. It's been the same issue for 20 years.
who does Zabo fight? Who does Luffy fight? Does Luffy get two top tier
Endgame
matchups back to back?
situation.
If Luffy back to backs Blackbeard and Alkainu, like greatest of all time, right there. Like, I don't know how that is possible. Because surely Blackbeard,
questions.
like in my mind, Blackbeard will be Luffy's hardest fight. Because we get the Devil Fruit matchups and all that kind of shit. And then you throw Alkainu in there. Where does that fit? Is that before? Because if it's before, then it's like you already been an admiral and you go up against an emperor.
I still don't like the idea that after they find the One Piece, there's like a war.
You don't like that idea anymore.
There should be because Whitebeard said it.
It's just it's so annoying when you can imagine that not being a real war and that just being a montage of pirates going mad across the world.
It's tough because like I always said, the end goal should be finished when the story finishes. Like when you tend to linger once the major goal's done, it kind of starts to.
Yeah, it's like Naruto's not Hokage 2 arcs before the fucking end of the show.
Yeah, it's like
What's the main character reaches the goal, the series should be over.
Yeah.
Hence why Hunter x Hunter should be over, but that's different.
Okay.
That's a different topic.
Sure.
Alright? Now, moving on to Dart with his topic. My topic, taking elements from other series and applying it to One Piece. What are the goods and bads? I'll let him explain this. Dart, you're on the
Welcome to
show.
I am on the show. Hello.
Hello, Dart. Now, explain your topic, because it's a little cryptic. Explain it to the people.
I don't think it was really cryptic. Well, I guess it would be cryptic if you're not in it, but
Yeah.
join Discord so you can know.
Okay, join the Discord. There you go. Shoutouts to Dart.
Discord, I guess.
Shoutouts to Discord. Yeah.
But in the Discord, Eric said that like Dritz likes to like take story elements from like other stories and apply it to One Piece logic. So I kind of wanted him to like explain more on that, like to more like
So
diversion to it.
people tend. It's not just Dritz who does this, but people tend to apply power systems that don't exist to One Piece. They like to apply story trends to One Piece.
Example.
Well, Dritz is talking about how Yamato's not going to join the crew because there's no story reason for her to join and she doesn't have a role, and the whole existence of the journal makes her redundant.
Sure, but Usopp doesn't have a role.
Yeah.
Brook doesn't really have a role.
Zoro doesn't have a role.
Zoro doesn't have a role.
It's the whole like...
What's Robin's role is to just sit there until Raftel.
Yeah. So like the whole...
You mean like story roles? That's what you mean?
It's like people...
It's like meta points.
It's like meta points that like, say like, even like something with Haki. People like to apply things that don't exist to it via other systems they've seen.
To like what?
You gotta get in the head of the creator and apply his mind.
I thought this was more about applying other genre tropes to One Piece.
Yeah, that as well. That's kind of the thing as well. It's like, sure, everyone expects Aimu to be the final villain because that's a trope. But look at the body of work that the man's done. Right?
Yeah.
Oda, get inside his mind and try and think how he does, and you'll get on a better path to what you can expect.
Well, it's kind of like expecting One Piece to do certain things like, make Luffy suffer in certain ways. That's never going to happen. Go over the age limit rating of One Piece. Go past the G rating or the PG rating with like crazy scenes that will never happen. Kill off main characters. It's just not gonna happen. Like you can't. You gotta look at the target audience, which is the most important thing. That's what people don't look at. The most important thing when talking about art and stories or whatever is always what is the target audience, because that'll inform the entire story. If the target audience is for teenagers, young teenage, 13, 14, then there are certain things that Oda's never going to do. And you can't expect Oda to do that. Because if he did, he would be betraying his main audience, which would be bad. Alright? You got to keep the target audience in view. Always.
Okay.
And I think that's what people are missing. And that's why they add, like, Satan shit. Why doesn't Oda do this? Why doesn't Oda do that? Alright. Now, is there anything you wanted to talk about specifically, Dad, or?
I guess I just wanted more of an explanation on that. Actually, no. There is something I want to talk about.
Okay.
I found the receipt, Eric.
For what?
For the inclusion for for my inclusion in Cancel Lords.
Yeah.
I
Where are
had.
they?
All right. So right here,
Well, first we should explain what is going on for people who don't know. Eric is, of course, we all know, drawing Cancel Chapter 2, and he asked for what? What did he ask for, Dart?
Yeah,
You can
well,
tell us.
where's these
he
receipts?
asked. He asked for goons if he wanted to be in it to just shout him out.
Yeah.
So I have 2 receipts right here. I have if you check the Discord, which you should join.
Yeah. All right.
I timestamped it right there where he starts talking about it.
But did he mean
then-
you, or did he mean people, YouTubers?
He mentioned my name specifically and Krusov's name specifically.
All right.
He specifically said, I need villains. Also need I also need goons for you to get beat up, like Krusov. Return to Slab.
Listen, Dot. You can
can't-
be in it if you want to be. I'll put you in it if you're that desperate to be in it.
You know,
It's not that,
now,
I'm desperate
if you want to be in it, I'll put you in
said
it.
so.
All right, I'll do
Now,
it for you. I'll
can't-
make it a special
now
example.
here's the problem. Here's your problem, Dart. You expected Eric to be consistent, and that's where you went wrong. All right.
And also, in my other receipt, if you look at the Discord, I posted a picture of him giving confirmation of me for me and Krusov in the comic.
All right. Well, again, you expected.
You
Eric to
gotta
be
you gotta remind me. I said a lot of things.
Yeah,
Christian.
Eric does say a lot of things. He's never consistent. You know, it's kind of his bit, kind of his, what he does. So
Well-
is that on you for expecting Eric to be consistent? You know, is that on you?
Well, as a whole,
Something's going on with this.
What's going on
audio
with
quality.
Dart? What are you
All right,
doing?
Dart.
Hello?
Thanks.
No,
All right,
wait, hold
Dart.
on.
Thanks
I
for the
want to
topic.
Wait, hold on. Well, before I want to say one more thing.
All right.
As the host, you should be consistent. And who you want to know who is actually consistent? Christian, and he's the host.
Listen,
See,
alright.
if Eric had a
Alright.
if Eric had a comedy mind, he would have cut off Dart right there before he finished the sentence. But Eric messed up that bit. You know.
All right, take it easy, guys.
All right. Thank you, Dart. Thanks for the topic. We're a little off rails there, but the topic of people inserting what they want without, acknowledging the target
People
audience.
forget, right? That this is my channel, my Discord. All right. That's what people forget. And this is my show.
Okay.
That's what you have to remember.
All right.
Who's next?
Who's next? We have Ida Flamingo, I believe. That's how you
here we
say
go.
it. He's coming in hot. This man is a Kid fanboy. All right.
We'll ask him.
Now
why.
he's not gonna admit that he's a King fanboy, but he is a King fanboy, a Kid fanboy. All right.
A King fanboy or a Kid
Kid.
fanboy?
KID.
Yeah.
All right. And he will get spicy. He will get hot. We'll try and keep it calm. Keep
Go
it
about
clean.
bring it in.
In a Flamingo, he's
He's
muted, which might be an issue. Drag him in. Maybe he won't be.
Flamenco, are you around? You are muted. You have been called to the show.
This isn't looking good for the
No
Kid fanboy.
response.
The Kid fanboy.
The Kid fanboy,
not on
here.
topic. Not ready. All right. Instead, we'll grab is Corvo Q around, or is Felipe around?
We've got Nate Savage, Christian.
We do have Felipe, but he's also muted and things like that. So pull up Felipe, all right? We'll see if he can't really hear us. So this is what-
He's deafened, Christian.
he's
as well.
he's
he's
come back.
unmuted.
All right. What's going on, Felipe? You here?
What? Hello. I'm
Hello,
sorry.
what's going on?
You're on the show.
You're on the show. You're live. All right.
First, I'm gonna apologize for any English.
No, that's all right.
because-
That's fine. We'll do what we'll engage. We'll make it fun and entertaining for the
Okay.
people. All right. All right. So your topic is pale scaling isn't the entire story. Is that right?
Yeah, it's kind of that's kind of point.
Yeah.
It's because something that I like, and especially in the international community,
Sure.
something that happens a lot is like they transform everything about One Piece in the discussion of the next MVP. You know,
Yeah.
it's like uh, for what like I don't hate power scaling. Like I
Yeah.
like power scaling. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it's like you people are missing the main points of the story
Okay.
just
So
because the headcanon doesn't work in real.
Mm.
It's like Zoro should kill Kaido, but it's like man, he won't kill Kaido.
yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So I get this right. There are certain people in the community that only care about power scaling. Right.
Well, this is
Only
the problem,
care.
right? When you're wrong about power scaling, it
You get banned.
skews your
That's
mind as to
true.
what is possible.
We got the Navy stands.
Yes.
All right. How can we
Yeah,
forget all those people? All right.
yes, it's something like it's like the story has so much to offer, so much of the
Yeah.
themes of the story that are so much more interesting than power
Just
scaling.
fighting. Yeah. Well, you got the world. You got
The ancient weapons, the void
ancient.
century,
You got a
what's the
whole
navy
bunch
doing?
of things in this story. Massive, massive story of 980 chapters plus. All right.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
power
it's
scaling's
like
fun, but it's basically the thing is with power scaling, it's an evergreen topic. You can talk about power scaling forever, all
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
But you can't,
speaking
yeah.
contents.
But you can't speak about what's going to happen in one or week after week after week after week
Hmm.
because there's only a certain amount of things you can talk about with power scaling. You can talk about whatever you
You
want.
can
all
throw
right?
out agendas,
You can throw in Alkainu, you can throw in whoever you want.
kid.
Kid, of course. How good? We're still waiting for that kid fanboy to turn up, all right?
Sure.
For his
Yeah.
massive fight. But
It's like something like you need to separate the pause like your pause scaling conversation
yeah,
from your storytelling conversation. I think that's more healthy for the
yeah.
discussion.
Sure.
So you're looking for more separation between the two. So you want
Well,
Yeah,
the age of theory videos is kind of dead.
yeah.
It's more just about who's
It's
stronger.
the hot take. It's the hot take generation,
Yeah.
as we've been saying, right?
yeah,
The hot take
yeah.
generation.
It's like One Piece is so rich. Like actually, I don't know if this is a tangent or not,
Mm.
Yeah,
but it's like in my university, we have a lot of One Piece fanboys,
yeah,
and I'm taking philosophy right now.
Okay.
So we're planning to have a group discussion to write about One Piece in the academic.
and the academic
Like
sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like we have so much more to say, and like when I click in the video, the only thing that people care is like either
yeah,
Sanji's like broke or not. You know, it's like who the
yeah,
fuck cares about
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
that?
It's a fair point.
It's a fair point.
We usually talk about themes when we do like chapter arc
Arc
reviews.
reviews. Yeah,
Can't really find a theme in Wano to speak of specifically,
yeah.
which is kind of an issue.
Now, if
Yeah,
if this paper comes out in English, I will read it. All right, and I will
yeah,
might give a hot take.
All right,
all right?
you want to Pascal his thesis, dude?
Or Pascal's thesis on One Piece themes. All right, but
yeah.
so we look forward to seeing that. Good topic here.
We appreciate
But
it.
see,
Yeah.
power scaling is what keeps the community together. All right, it brings it
Yeah,
apart, but it keeps it
It
together.
also rips it apart, but
Yeah.
it keeps
It,
people
it,
engaged.
it's so fun because like I like Sanji and shit.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
I can't say that when I watched that JD video about like he was clowning the Zoro fanboys. I can say that I
Yeah,
wasn't satisfied. It's like it's cool. It's like seeing your favorite team winning the league.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
One Piece is not a league. It's like it's a manga with
yeah,
a storytelling,
yeah.
with a target audience, and
Sure.
like and even Oda doesn't give a fuck about power scaling. It's
I mean,
like I always
you know,
bring up
Sure.
59, for example. Like they take a they got cheated by Rob Luch and Bueno, and like in the train they were
of
five
course.
times stronger.
How can we forget? How can we forget Water Seven
Hmm.
and Inisleby?
All right, we
All right. Thank you, Felipe. We
Thank you. Thanks
appreciate
for having me.
the topic.
cheers.
Cheers. All right, Corvo Q seems to be ready.
Does he?
Yeah,
He's
the
still
Discord
muted.
Discord waiting room. Corvo. Yes, there he is. Pull him in.
What do you think about? I feel like power scaling has to be relevant in the story for things to be possible.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because the power scaling is connected to the world. It matters greatly to
Yeah,
the world.
because you need power to do.
If you have a
things.
nuclear weapon just walking around,
It's not like a political manga where you don't
there's no
need physical power. You need political power.
sure. There's both, but
Yeah,
if
sure.
you have basically a nuclear bomb walking around, surely the world
I'm out of
cares.
gear.
Alright, sometimes you get that hot, alright?
Mhm.
It's like a nuclear bomb went off. But, you know, when you got like, you know, the animals talk about the emperors in a certain way because they know they're strong. You know, power scaling matters. And
Akirus won't go into water because he's sweaty.
because power scaling is based within the world. It's not separate to the world.
Mhm.
You know, so it matters. But sometimes people only
Go too far.
care about the power scaling, which is like, you know what it is.
What's Corvo Q's?
Corvo
topic?
Q's topic: One Piece ABCs with Corvo Q. What are main story implications if people do not do or do not join this arc? I think this is a fucking
We'll get
crew situation, like a crew discussion.
Corvo.
Corvo, you here?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, now I gotta put you down because I had to put Felipe up. So can you talk now?
Yeah, yep.
All
What's
right,
up?
now you're good. What's going on,
Okay.
man? Repeat guest on the show. Look what we got.
Yeah, glad to 2 for 2 on my suggestions so far.
2 for 2. Yeah, sure. So I don't really understand this topic. Can you explain it to me? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess what I was thinking was, especially early in the East Blue arc, it felt like the addition of a crew member wasn't just, hey, we have more people kind of on this journey with Luffy, but actually the themes of the story, their dreams were important kind of to the direction that the story was going to be going.
sure.
And the second group of 4 that joined kind of articulated that a little bit, but didn't really like change up the direction much, right? Like we know where the story's headed.
So,
So-
not
So
yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Luffy Pyro-King, obviously. Zoro, world's
Right.
strongest swordsman. What does that mean? Is it just beating Mihawk? You know, there's questions there. What is
Sanji.
Sanji all blue, which is
Still don't know what that means.
theorized to be the One Piece coming together, blowing up the red line, you know, things.
Frankie made a ship that goes around the
Well, you
world.
forgot about Nami. You put Frankie in the first 4.
Yeah, alright.
All right, Nami, map
wasn't
of the
blue.
world, also connected kind of to the all blue,
To the journey as a
to
whole.
the journey as a whole, and Frankie's the journey as a whole, the ship that sailed the world.
Robin's the end goal.
Robin's the end goal. Brooke is coming back around.
Usopp's just nebulous, which we already talked
Usopp,
about.
brave warrior of the sea, which is like, okay. Chopper,
Yeah, like all right, like trying to make things come true if they're not true, or just seeking out things even if they seem false. Like I don't know those general things, right?
sure. I think Usopp really does want to be a brave warrior at some point. That's his dream. Whatever that means to him, is that fully accepting himself as what he is? You know, there's questions there. When people bring up character regression, is Usopp accepting his cowardly self, the brave warrior? You know, you can't be brave if you do not fear, Eric.
Unless you're yeah.
So, there you
So
go.
I guess the question is the story drastically different if we do or do not get crew members on this go around? Like, is it just kind of headcanon and, oh man, I want to see this person be with us at the end of the story? Like,
the crew dreams
don't know,
are like, some of them are important and some of them are not so important.
Now, is this a Yamato Trojan horse, Christian?
It might be a Yamato Kara Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Momonosuke maybe. But is like the crew never really talks about their dreams, right? Except for Luffy, except for
Did
Zoro.
Jinbei have some kind of dream?
Junpei wants the fishmen and humans
To
to
be
live
free,
together
yeah,
and live
sure.
free. Bring the fishmen back up to the service.
But
But the crew never really talks about their dreams except for Luffy and maybe a little bit Zoro. You never hear Nami talk about making maps. You never really hear about Sanji's all blue, right?
well, the reason why they kind of joined Luffy is because they knew he'd make their dreams come true.
Sure.
with that faith.
I mean,
Right.
I think Frankie's talked about the ship and the Sunny going around the world more than
Yeah,
Sarge's talked about All Blue.
Frankie's attached to his ship.
All right, so like, do the majority of the Straw Hat's dreams don't really matter to them. Like, not really. Like, Sanji's more concerned about feeding people
Well,
than
it's
the All
kind of
Blue.
morphed over time to be a collective goal
Of getting
of
Luffy to
Luffy to be
Pirate
the
King.
Pirate King,
Sure.
and then
Yeah.
on the journey together,
Yeah,
doing it for themselves, doing for each
doing
other, than
it for
individual
each other, sure, but
ideology.
like,
So-
Sanji would rather feed someone than find the All Blue, and I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
Because
I'd be
he
on
was
board with that.
he was willing to give up
Zoro, yeah,
his
well-
dream, so he could say,
Zoro's
Coca-Cola
willing to
stuff.
kill himself for Luffy.
Give up his dream for Luffy. So the Straw Hat dreams aren't really that big of a character motivation. You know what I mean?
They're only really there
So-
to them to join.
Yeah.
Really.
So if that's the case, then right, there isn't really much except for where you think the story might go. The structure of some of the like major conflicts maybe could change if we had more crew members. Like, okay, if you think it's going to be one-on-one fights versus Blackbeard and the 10 Titanic captains, if we get Momo and Yamato and Carrot, let's say, all at the end of this arc.
It's a lot,
Sure.
yeah.
Now we've got like 12. So are we going to have 2v1s? Are some people just not going to participate? You know, stuff like that, I guess, could change the story up. But again, I don't think it's very dramatic.
The reason why
It's-
we want Yamato on the crew
Power.
is for power. Not necessarily.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
That's the only real specific reason. I think Oda knows he needs more power. Because, we need to take on the Navy at some point.
We just need numbers at this point.
And Usopp and, a few Brook and stuff need to start lifting weights.
Zoro and Sanji need to start lifting weights.
Yeah, Zoro and Sanji need to
They're
start
gonna get
lifting
kicked out of the
weights.
Monster Trio at this point.
Yeah,
All right,
It's
Yamato,
Yamato
Jinbei, Luffy, new Monster Trio.
sure.
All right, Zoro and Sanji gonna get kicked
But
out.
I think
As of right now, yeah.
and the whole parallel with Odin and Roger's nice as well, if that happens, and the whole
Sure.
I want to discover the world.
But if because Yamato's goal is to set out to sea, so that doesn't really change anything, right? Not
We
really.
could have a new lens on discovery.
but
with
that doesn't
character.
change the direction of the story.
No.
Like,
Well, all their dreams are end goal of the story anyway.
like literally, the only reason why we think we're going to Raftal is because of Usopp.
Elbaf, not
Yeah.
Elbaf though.
The only reason why we're going to Albath is because of Usopp.
That's basically the only story implication.
Yeah.
And maybe what the All Blue is.
All Blue, yeah, still up in the air. There's been zero leads on the All Blue. Zero.
And I guess Zoro fighting Mayhawk is a thing.
Sure, at least that's in vision though. Like Mihawk is a vision you can see. With the All Blue, it's been mentioned 0 times. There's been no hints.
But I think he's getting at like their dreams will drive head cannons to outcomes, which is kind of true for some and not true
Yeah.
for most.
Like, could you imagine if Saji in like mini side stories was like finding out little tidbits about the All Blue through other cooks or through other adventurers, and then he's putting it together in the background? No, there's zero mention of the All Blue except for Zeph. Like, no, like there's been no hints, nothing. So, like, do we care
I
about
mean,
that?
like
You
the
know?
whole Brook fighting Laboon again,
But that's more of a personal goal, and that's obviously.
but
we
that
can
might
see that.
inform head cannons and
Sure.
theories of where the structure goes.
Yeah.
For the other guys, it's not really affecting structure because it's kind of built into Luffy's dream.
Mm.
Like with Robin, Luffy becomes a pirate king, but
They
she
find-
also
Gets Raffles.
completes her goal
yeah.
because she finds out the history.
Same with Nami. You could say the same with Frankie.
Frankie as well, yeah.
So yeah,
So any new character, I imagine, won't be a
massive.
won't be a Usopp situation where like people will start theorizing that
We have to go
we
somewhere
have to go
because,
somewhere because
yeah,
of this character.
Yeah, very passive.
It'll be
kinda
like, yeah, I want to explore the world or whatever. Just it's built into Luffy's goal, so everything's nice and tight.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
which
deal
which
with
I
it.
think is permissive for those 3 candidates, like the main 3 that people talk about. I think it's permissive to them, but I just with how much people talk about it, it seems like I sat down, I thought about it for a second, I realized there's not much impact of any of them except for strength, numbers, etc. I mean, Oda could do whatever he wants. He could have nobody join, and we could take on Blackbeard next arc, and that's the way the story went,
But
right?
let me ask you this question:
yeah.
what was the impact of Brook joining, except for character, like his backstory and his dream? Like, what was the major impact of Brook? Like, we didn't get anything, and like, he's
Yeah,
cool.
I don't.
But...
I think it's just implications for the end. So to
Yeah.
me, it you know you could it's teaser from Oda like okay they have to end up back at the beginning of the Grand Line. So it's either like okay they're gonna set off on another adventure after they finish,
Sure.
I think it to
or
me
or it's Joy Boy level theory stuff about breaking down the Red Line.
for
and
me
all
why
that.
I think it's so strong for Yamato because Oda clearly has something with Odin. Like he loves Odin so much.
Yeah, the source. we
Like
can't
Oda
forget.
loves Odin, so he just basically made a replica of Odin to join the crew.
I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So-
And the Ace connection.
Yeah.
That's like the
That's also big as well because that brings the Ace connection into the crew.
Then we could get Ace stories. Ace went to here. Ace was strong.
Yeah, Ace was
yeah,
and then like when we meet Zabo, I knew Ace. This is his brother.
yeah, sure.
So the Ace connection's big.
yeah. And I don't know about you guys, but I totally thought that storyline was kind of dropped until Yamato came. I mean,
I
it
always
just kind of
assumed
seemed
it would come back at some point, maybe end of the arc with Tama, and once 103, I always thought it would come back. But we're getting it here.
I thought maybe it would be just like an associative thing, you know, like oh yeah, she met Ace, and now okay, there's a promise that in the future Luffy will come back for her. But
Now
yeah,
the
it
main
seemed
question is: are we gonna get the Rocks flashback at any point?
Yeah, maybe who knows.
All right.
about Rocks. I'm kind of on board for a Yamato flashback for Kaido, like a Kaido flashback
It's Yamato.
through Yamato lens, you know?
Yamato too young to be around rocks, right?
Right, exactly. So no rocks.
No,
but
yeah,
maybe
you're right, yeah.
maybe like you know like
Maybe you
reason
can start
Kaido
with
is the
Rocks
way
and
he
move it
is,
to
you know?
Yamato, you know? So we can get informed on Kaido's upbringing and then get
I feel like
Yamato's.
people are going to not like Kaido when we get that Yamato flashback even more so.
You're not supposed to like Kaido.
Well, apparently, according to
Yeah,
Twitter,
we like him too much for villain.
apparently, according to Twitter, he's an ally.
He's an ally, right? He's an ally, right? All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
For the
We
topic.
appreciate
We appreciate the topic.
the time.
We appreciate you. Moving on.
I think Nate was around. Not sure where
But
he
what's
went.
Nate's topic? He
Nate,
doesn't.
does he not have a topic?
He didn't submit a topic.
Do you want to drag him in anyway, or do you want to...
Well, has he said it in the
Ownership.
live chat?
What did he say?
Nate, please tell me your topic. You didn't tell me. What do you want from me? You know.
I think he's gonna come in here and say something wild.
I don't know what the topic is.
Right.
He could have nothing to talk about. You know. Please. It's a flamingo still not around. The kid fanboys let down by their mascot. It's a shame.
He says he's here.
I'm
now,
here,
we know
but what's
you're
the
here.
topic?
What's the topic, my friend? Christian demands to know the topic before he
Topic:
drags
the OP community. Fanboys. Okay,
I don't know what that means, but I guess
Nate,
we'll drag him in.
we'll drag you in.
Nate,
Hello-
you're around.
Hello.
What's going on, Nate?
Talk to us about fanboys.
So goes my fanboys, all right?
Okay, so pretty much, right? I've been noticing this strange culture in the OP community. Every
Sure.
chapter's a 7, automatically, right?
Okay.
Then if it does something exceptional, then it's an 8 or a 9, or even a 10.
Mm-hmm.
And
Alright.
the issue is, right?
Yeah.
Every chapter, when somebody sees something bad, they push it off to the side. When they see something good, it's used for the rating.
I
We
like,
can-
to
we
think
can
on
only-
I like to think on this show. What do we give the Big Bang Amnesia chapter?
4.
Like a 4?
Yeah.
So
So here's the thing, right? This also happens in games and the gaming industry, right?
Yeah.
With scores and shit. You don't see professional work get put out that's under a 5, because then it doesn't make it. We don't review shit. Like, I don't know what like. We're talking about, is this chapter, does it work?
Well, I
Yes.
guess some I don't know anyone in the community that does this, but I guess the theory is you could rate it within its own context. So like average One Piece chapter is a 5.
Yeah, but that's not how it works, basically, because the thing that puts it below 5 to me is if it pisses me off and breaks the story.
Yeah.
Below 5, right? If it doesn't do that and it moves the plot and does something entertaining, something good.
I think Onigashimi's been
above
pretty
5.
decent, so we're giving it 7s and 8s. Last week was what? What did we give last week? 9?
Last week was a 10. How can we forget?
Yeah.
All right.
I
But
gave last week a 7.
see, this.
It depends what you're looking
It depends
for.
what you're looking for.
Because we give transcendent chapters here.
We give out the transcendent chapters, which is, ultimate. The chapter ultimate. How can we forget? All right. But
See, that's like the main thing I talk about with
Yeah.
people, right? When I talk about rating. I didn't give Ultimates a 10 out of 10.
okay,
Not because there wasn't enough hype.
sure.
It's because when I'm giving a chapter a 10, right?
Mm.
It has to story-wise really like in terms of the story and the characters, it has to be very revolutionary, you know? I
But
have to be sitting there
is a
and
10 out of
thinking
10?
that this
Is a 10 out of 10 a perfect chapter? What does 10 mean to you?
Well, he's explained it. What
Sure.
chapter would you give a 10 out of 10 to? Can you give us an example of anything you'd give a 10 out of 10 to specifically? Like is there a One Piece chapter?
One Piece chapter 590. I think that's a 10.
Which is
Yeah, which
which
Okay,
chapter is
so
that?
the chapter has Ace's burial with Shanks
Okay.
and Marco.
Yeah.
You know, and when the King Shanks is there, you know,
Yeah,
just
that's it.
puts it at a 7 automatically. It has Luffy and Jinbei, right?
Yeah.
And then Luffy saying that he still has his friends and counting them.
Yeah. All right. So
And
you look
then the other part is Dadan and Garp.
sure. There's a lot going. It's a great chapter. It's a 10 out of 10 chapter for sure. Maybe
That's one
transcendent
chapter. Yeah.
maybe transcendent. Sure.
Exactly. So for us, a 10 out of 10 comes into like hype factor. Does this chapter do anything bad? And are we excited to find out what happens?
If we had
you know?
2 weeks to think about it, maybe the score would eventually start to slip down.
Sure,
and
but
down.
we're talking weekly experience, We're not talking
Like
it's hard.
Let's look at Act 2 for example of Wano. I'm sure we gave every
Average
chapter
was
a
like
6 or a
6
7,
or a 5.
but like I don't think we gave many 5s out. Like
There's a couple
each
4s,
Each individual
whatever,
chapter is
yeah.
maybe a 6 or a 7 or maybe an 8 when something good happens.
Yeah.
But like the whole of Act 2 needs to be seriously looked at as a massive issue.
Yeah.
So like the difference is like
It's hard. It's hard week to week.
week to week because then
the ratings are based off the week to week.
the plot lines are
Yeah.
still up in the air. Who knows?
Yeah, that's why.
But
Yeah.
I think that's where the issue is, because
Yeah.
average should generally be 5, you know? 5 should be okay or mediocre. Everyone starts at a 7 for One Piece chapters.
I feel like
Then if you do something bad, you're below a 7.
I feel
Instead
like
of starting from a 5.
I feel like most One Piece chapters are good. I wouldn't say many are mediocre or okay.
But what?
or meh.
Well, if we look at grades in like schooling, in certain areas, if you get a 70, that's a fail. Like a driver's test, right?
Yeah.
A 7 out of 10 is a fail. So what does that mean? Are we talking there's more weight
Well,
placed at the end, at the top of the scale, the bottom of the
If you
scale?
want to put that, if you want to put that in the form of One Piece,
Yeah.
then that would be like saying, in terms of One Piece, this is a 7 out of 10, right? So
Yeah.
if they're just talking in terms of One Piece, yeah, I guess it could be a 7, right?
Oh, yeah.
I guess your average chapter would be a 7, but most people don't talk like that, because then they'll use those ratings to go to other series and say that those series suck. So they generally talk about overall instead of just One Piece.
I mean, we give out weekly ratings. Just
I feel like we're
as a quick-
somewhere in between Dritz and like O'Hara.
Yeah,
Like we will be critical, but we're not like looking to.
we're not looking to rip everything apart and like really, because it's hard. Here's the thing: it's hard week to week because the context around weekly is was I rewarded for winning the week? Because if I read it all in one go, you might not pick up on certain details. You might not look at this. You might not look at that, and then it's a different context. With the weekly context, was this chapter this week? Did it fulfill things I wanted to fulfill? Was it quality? And plus, we can't forget, we're only talking about story. We're going to talk about art. We're going to talk about pacing. We're going to talk about all these other things. It's not just about story and what it is. And One Piece generally on the art scale is always high. So that always factors in. into the ratings itself. Like you can't,
Well,
like
just like when Odin cut Kaido,
we complained about that.
we complained about
non-stop.
the art specifically.
Like so,
we gave it a
it's a
lesser score because
it's a
of the
full
art.
package. Like One Piece is never gonna drop below a certain score in the art department. You're not gonna drop One Piece in a certain score because of the art. So, does it like it's a weird like area.
I guess the problem is like
compare.
we break it down in our specific ways, but a lot of other people don't think about it.
Like
like
who
that.
who even gives out ratings anymore? It's like Dritz us.
Maybe King, I think. Maybe I don't know.
King
Brago.
gives out, King
Recon
gives out
gives
his weird. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
King Recon gives ratings in the form of Santa hats.
That's true. King
Shout out to King Recon.
King Recon.
Can't criticize the man. He's
I
all
think he's the
he's all pure
pinnacle
hype.
of One Piece tard.
Well, we love him, all right. We
Um,
love him.
No, it's not an insult. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
he's a great man. But
He's a-
like
But,
people have moved away from ratings as well. Like you don't really see ratings these days. It's more of a community thing, right? You see it in all the live streams, all the new chapters.
Yeah, 0, 2,
0,
10,
10, 7,
yeah.
like it's not really like I think us and Dritz really are the only ones who give out ratings. I don't really know about the new guys like Jay and Fiji and stuff. I don't know about those. Do they give out ratings?
I often hear like about the context after the fact. Like how much does this affect the chapter after you read the arc? Like does it change the rating for the chapter? And honestly, I think there's very few chapters that are largely affected by hindsight, you know? Because there's only a few things that can change. One, you might forgive some of the pacing problems because they might have actually worked out in the end.
Sure.
And the second thing that could have changed is, of course, setup, right?
Setups
If
and
it's setting up
payoffs,
for
yeah.
something special later on, then it ends up boosting the setup chapter.
All
But
that
those
setup is a
are
waste
quite
of
small
time,
things,
yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. All right. I think we've talked about this at length. We thanked Nate.
Shout out to my boy Dritz.
Shout out to
Best
Dritz.
YouTuber on planet.
Well, he's our arch nemesis, so
Shout out to Dritz.
Shout out to Dritz. Thank you, Nate. We had a good time. Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, we got a donation here, Christian. That was on Discord. Heavy, what does she want? She gives us the $3. I'm starting to see Nate's point. I don't know what that means, Heavy.
Nate, see, here's the thing, right? Like, ratings...
Do they matter? Not really. There's no Metacritic One Piece score.
Okay, we talked about making
We
that.
thought about a theory about it.
We thought about making the
People
One
have
Piece
to buy
better.
into it, and no one's going to buy into it.
Sure. I mean, the fans might buy into it, and then there's a whole user score.
There's no user score.
Alright.
Only people with that pass my judgment get to put it.
Okay. Alright. So it's skewed as...
Because everyone knows I'm the true
Alright.
judge of quality.
So, yeah, again, we've seen this come up in the games industry lately with, Last of Us.
Oh, yeah, IGN and all. Yeah,
Well, everything gets a 10, everything gets a 7, but we're talking about...
Yeah, do things under a 5 even get made?
Yeah, do things under a 5 get published in Shonen Jump? No. Alright? No, they don't. Or sometimes they do, and then they get dropped.
Then they get cancelled.
Yeah.
Or dropped.
So... It's hard. It's an ongoing discussion. Like, is it, like, are we talking about what the weekly context is probably the hardest thing to really do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, we read enough, Christian, of the call-ins.
Is Under Flamingo around? We'll give him one more chance.
I think he's left. I don't think he's in the group, Christian.
No, he's in the group. He's still
not here.
muted. All right, we gave him ample chances. Kid fanboy.
Maybe next time, Christian.
Maybe next
he can make his
time.
case. Maybe Kid will have a feat by next time.
Okay, moving on to How Strong is Shanks. How strong is Shanks? Every week, we come to you with a question of how strong is Shanks?
Christian, it's so long.
It's been 100. How many? What episode? Are we on?
135, Christian.
135 episodes. 135. How strong is Shanks?
136. How strong is Shanks is Christian.
Can't forget about episode 0. All right. How strong is Shanks? Every week, we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks. And every week, we answer it. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. Now, there are people out there who think Kaido's the strongest. Who think
Needs big bum.
Blackbeard's the strongest. Who think sweatiest man on the planet Alkaid is the strongest.
So sweaty, Christian.
So sweaty. Of course. There are people out there who think Beehawk's the strongest.
Ridiculous.
And there are people out there, the worst people of them all, that think Aimu's the strongest. Right? Now, did I drop Dragon off the list? Because I'm pretty sure no one thinks
The list was getting long.
But I'm pretty sure Dragon. No one's coming after Dragon.
No one
these
says
days.
big bum.
Right? No one ever says Big Mom either. But every week we bring 100%
100%.
genuine factual information to the table. This week's evidence is Shanks is so strong that if the editors saw him in a chapter, right, they would be so hyped. They would be sent into High Flash. And they would be unable to speak or move until the chapter
And
comes
not
out.
spoil it.
They can't spoil it, right? Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King.
Yeah, Christian. Just a little side note, because I'm feeling it. When Shanks is in every chapter,
10 out of 10 regardless.
it's gonna be the how strong is Shanks statement will really come alive.
Every week, new feats, new everything, right?
We're looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Alright. Topic of the show. What the fuck is going on
Game and hot
with
takes.
the games, alright?
He's getting blasphemous in the chat. I'm sick of it.
Now, could you please put on the air conditioner because it gets spicy here.
Yes.
Alright.
Not the heater, Christian, the air conditioner.
That's right.
These lights get it hot.
Like it's hot. Now, topic of the show, experimental. Right? That's the heater.
It's definitely on the air conditioner.
Alright,
Christian.
well,
It's
it's
getting
blowing out
the
hot
hot
air.
It's getting the hot air out.
It's blowing out the hot air, alright?
That's how hot it is in this room.
Alright. What's going on in the game industry? We had Sony's event. Decent. Say what
Solid.
you want.
Solid.
Solid event. New games announced. New console. Still no price. But that's fine.
10,000 Australian dollars, no doubt.
Yep. But what is going on with Nintendo and Microsoft? Because we've got to take up the task. First, we'll start with Nintendo. There were rumors, a buzz for a month.
They're around again.
They're around again. Nintendo dropping a massive direct on the 20th of, what is it?
July.
20th of July came around, Nintendo announced a direct.
Direct Mini.
Now,
Hopes dashed.
was that a troll from Nintendo being like, we heard the rumors, and we're just going to put out a little something just to tell you that we have no leaks?
Third party, hope not dead, Christian, because of the third party partners.
Sure.
That includes Bayonetta 3.
Now, was the tweet confusing?
Yes, really poorly written.
Some people in hindsight pulling it apart saying it was there from the start. Confusing tweet nonetheless. Alright?
Listen, why? No point putting it out.
There's no point putting out. Shin Megami Tensei 5, okay.
That could have been in direct. I don't know why you put it.
Okay, it's real, okay.
Now, theories out there that contracts needed to be executed, so they had to do it.
Sure.
Which I guess is...
But
True.
this direct sucked, and don't do it again, because there's no point. 8 minutes? What's the point? WWE, SmackDown, or... Why? Alright.
We're just waiting for that Breath of the Wild 2 trailer. I just want a trailer.
Nintendo, you dropped the... Where was No More Heroes 3? Where's Bayonetta 3?
Where's Bayonetta 3?
Alright? Where is it? If you're going to show third parties, where is it? Alright? Now, a little blunder by Nintendo, they're not bringing out a new console. They're not...
They have games in
They
development.
have games in development. They're not showing their final
Proven
year.
titles. Proven legacy.
Sure. Now we move our gaze onto Microsoft.
Uh-huh.
Alright? I was getting hyped for this Microsoft event.
You're mad because no Elden Ring.
That's not Microsoft's fault.
Okay.
Alright? From Software didn't give them the trailer. And that's From Software's deal. Alright? I thought Elden Ring was going to be there. It wasn't there. And did I stay up to 2 a.m. to watch this video? No. Alright?
You're not going to get stooged.
I'm not going to get stooged to my Full Spencer, alright? Full Spencer ain't fooling me, alright? They show Halo Infinite.
Looks decent.
Looks decent enough. Doesn't look next gen.
Pop in.
Halo 5 looks better.
I thought these were the most powerful
Thought
consoles.
this was the world's most powerful console.
I want to talk about this, and I see a lot of chat about how Game Pass is good, it's the best deal. My issue. Cheapens the game market,
The value.
the value of the games, cheapens the quality of the games.
Is that proven?
Crackdown 3 just got shut out.
That game was going to be trash regardless.
They just go, it's on. We can just put that on Game Pass.
Now, people saying Halo looks fine. It does not look next gen. You look at Sony's
It's a
lineup.
flagship.
It's supposed to be the big app, the big seller.
Nintendo push Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild to the maximum capacity of the Switch.
Now, people saying this is an old build, people saying all the kind of stuff.
It comes
Now,
out in a couple of months. But yeah.
Halo, we like Halo here. Halo 3, multiplayer, classic.
Classic all time.
Now, Halo to me is a couch co-op game. Or couch multiplayer.
Yeah.
/ Xbox
Sticker
One.
grenades.
Sticky grenades.
Charging that Spartan laser up. Getting that kill.
There are a lot of satisfying kills in Halo.
Yeah.
And the physics and all that kind of stuff is why it's fun. Alright? Doing crazy shit with the gravity hammer, throwing explosive
Shotgun.
shotgun.
Good shotgun. You know, like a
Good
shotgun.
sniper.
Yeah.
Right? The guns feel good. The game feels good. But we didn't even see multiplayer here. And I know they said they wouldn't show it, but do people care about the campaign in Halo? Is my question.
We got games like Doom Eternal, Doom, Remaster.
I would say the main draw of
whatever.
Halo is fucking around in that multiplayer / fucking around in that co-op.
Building maps. Fucking around.
Fucking around in Halo with the physics engine.
No
That's
one's
what's
like,
fun.
oh, the story of Halo.
Yeah. Some people are, but
No
no
one.
one.
No one gives a fuck.
The fun of Halo is playing with friends.
That's what built the Xbox, the original.
Sure. Now, do we need an open world? That's a different topic. The game looked okay. I'm not going to say the gameplay looked bad. It looked like Halo.
And I'll play it for $1 on my PC.
Exactly. We here win because Xbox put everything on PC. So we win. That's fine. Now, what else did they show, Eric? Nothing.
A Fable trailer.
A Fable trailer. A new game from Rare that isn't Banjo 3. They're never going to do
They
it.
have legacy titles, Christian.
They're never going to do
They
it.
have IP that
Yeah.
they can leverage, and they don't do it.
Where-
They think Fable's a bigger IP.
They
for some
think
reason.
Battletoads is a bigger IP than Banjo Kazooie.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. All right.
They saw the hype in Smash for Banjo.
Where's the Banjo game never coming out? Now Rare has a new game. Does look good. Yeah, okay. But what? There's no reason to buy the new Xbox if you have a PC or the Xbox One.
Well, they don't want you to buy the new Xbox, Christian. They just want you to have Game Pass, and that's their strategy.
I guess.
They just want you to pay that $15 a month.
Well, Sony's coming out with the flagship title. Now, I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 5 either. Right?
No, what do you think about What do you think about Sony, Christian? What do you got?
Sony put out quality. All right, we're not going to say they don't put out quality.
Sure.
They put out quality. All right, they put out. Now, are we at the point where graphics don't matter? To an extent.
Yeah.
When a new console's coming out, you want that big hit, that big pop.
And more Sony games can be coming to PC.
So
There's rumors out there God of War's coming to PC.
PC gamers always win. All right, never forget that.
Big rig coming, Christian.
The big rig's coming. But I'm just not feeling this. Like,
Next gen.
First Xbox.
But isn't it always like this with the new consoles?
No.
It's always bullshit, except for Nintendo's Breath of the Wild.
But Xbox comes out with their bullshit third-party event first, and then they're like, "Don't worry, next time we got you covered." No.
They haven't had anything for years. People speculate they're building for the next event.
Oh yeah, we got Obsidian's new Skyrim-like game.
Unproven.
I mean, they put it
Outer Worlds, people don't like it. People like it.
It's a mixed. It's a mixed game. You know, it's an old school kind of game.
I guess this generation for Xbox will be all these studios they bought proven
Now,
themselves.
here's the biggest fear with the Xbox next generation, this new generation, is that the games coming out aren't going to matter, and they'll just get patches and upgrades like Sea of Thieves. Put it out now, add content later.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass, so you don't lose. You don't really lose because you're not spending the $60.
Yeah.
So they're going to use that to be like, we're going to put out games every month, put out patches every month. You got things to play, you got things to do.
I think their key mistake here, Christian,
Time gate content, all that kind of shit.
I think their key mistake is people don't have time to play bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, maybe a lot of, I mean, you know,
People do have time to play bullshit.
kids,
right? Sure.
you know,
But
I don't know.
are kids sitting there playing single player games? They're playing Fortnite and fucking Minecraft and shit. They're playing with their friends.
Sure.
And that's what Halo needs to get back to.
Do you reckon they'll have split screen this time?
Yeah, it's confirmed. Split screen confirmed.
Because they were talking about no split screen for a while there with the Halo.
Halo 5 didn't
which
have
is
it.
out of control.
Halo 4, Halo 5 didn't
One
have
of the
it.
Halo, I don't think 5 did, which
5
is
did
out
not
of
have
control.
Split screen.
Out of control.
How can you forget? How could you
forget Legacy?
Forget the legacy of going over to a friend's
And I
house?
believe 5 had stupid microtransactions in it as well.
Yeah.
First party game. What are you doing?
I know Xbox, and that's a big worry too. With the Games Pass, we can put microtransactions into our first party games because you're basically playing it for free. You know, so you're not paying 60 for it, so we can slip in these microtransactions. All these kinds of worries with the next generation. Will they do it? Won't they do it? Who knows? But I'm not convinced.
All we're really waiting for is Breath of the Wild 2.
I mean, we're Nintendo fanboys over here. What would Xbox have to do to get you to buy Xbox?
Nothing. I have a PC.
What would they have to do to get you hyped? Banjo 3. Is that the only thing?
No.
It's gonna be shit.
It's not going to be shit. I guess Banjo 3 I'd be excited for, but nothing's going to get me to buy it.
A Series X.
So I guess they don't want me to buy an X. I guess that's their thing. They go, well, we got you on Game Pass. So fuck you.
They just want to get you on Games Pass.
Sure. Now, would they, if they fucking put Banjo-Kazooie on Game Pass for PC, that'd be good. Still not there.
Interesting. N64 game notoriously annoying to port.
But it's been ported to the arcade. It's
Okay.
already been ported. It's been ported on the 360.
So there you go. There's our little games talk, little taste. Maybe this could spawn a new show. Maybe not.
No.
Eric says no. Alright. So
We have to play everything, Christian. We can't just be like...
yeah, I know, right? You have to actually be in the play shit.
You have to invest time.
You have to invest time.
Shit.
When Eric's just playing Treasure Cruise, and WoW and shit, you know.
We're always... It's just there, you know.
There you go. Talk about the show. What the fuck's going on? We need that hype.
We need that direct.
Alright. Moving on to the Thunderdome.
Who we got?
Let the thing play.
Who we got?
Eric acting like he doesn't know how the Thunderdome works.
Who we got?
We got, from Mari, we got Ichiji versus Cavendish. Now, does this include Hakuba?
It seems Cavendish has some kind of control over Hakuba now.
Sure.
With his, like, half-face thing going on. So potential control.
Now, Fates for Ichiji.
Laser beams.
Laser beams, caught Oven off guard.
No death for Oven.
Hit him with a good hit.
Oven turned out to be the real Elmaster of Whole Cake Island.
But he never went down, which you can respect, alright? Tank.
At least he tried.
Alright.
Dafuku ain't doing shit. Smoothie, nothing.
Alright, so let's break this down. Swordsman, does the raid suit negate 8 extra defenses? Because they don't have Haki. No Haki.
Sure.
Because they commented about how crazy
Sanji
has
haven't
Haki
Yeah,
is,
okay.
Right? So no Haki.
But their
they've got
tech kind of makes up for it, I guess.
Tech kind of makes up for it. They can fly, they can
Iron
speed around,
bodies.
iron bodies. The cape. Whatever the fuck that does.
Slashes.
Sure. Apparently they trade with a sword. Apparently. Also, Cavendish also no Haki.
Thoughts on the speed aspect of both characters?
Well, Niji is the speed master in that group. Right? Niji is a speed master in that group. So, is that...
Kind of splits Oven and
But-
the crew.
So did Sanji. Sanji's stronger than all of them. All the kids.
Just Sanji beat Cavendish.
Sanji beats Cavendish. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
Okay.
Right? But both Hercules.
I can't really think of any specific technique for Cavendish.
He's got his slashes. I'm pretty sure he's got a
Repelled by
strikes.
Rebecca.
Is that factual?
Yes.
Dodged. I don't know about repelled in the Colosseum. Dodged
Wasn't
Hakuba.
the whole thing parrying?
Dodged Hakuba. Are we talking about Hakuba?
Hakuba.
Does that count?
That's why she didn't get knocked out, because
she dodged it. And then her helmet got cut.
Okay.
And then Hakuba went away. Alright? So not a clash, not a thing. Alright? Now, it's a flamingo in the chat.
Too
we
late.
gave you 4 chances. It's been an hour and 15 minutes.
Too late.
It's too late. We've moved on. We can try and get you next time. You know, we gave you multiple chances. That's it. Yeah. You have to bring the source next week.
Why do I don't know who wins this fight.
I feel like
What's the
EGG.
chat saying?
I feel like EGG has more tech, has more things to give in this fight. Because what's Cavendish really got? Speed, swordsmanship. The real question is, can EGG keep up with Cavendish's Hakuba speed, whatever the fuck that is? That's the question. And with the cape, does he even get damaged?
Tough call. What's your gut say? My gut says Cavendish.
My gut says EGG.
Okay. I can't tell you why.
I just feel like EGG has this weird laser light thing.
People say that Hakuba maybe not the cutting power to cut EGG.
Yeah, that's the issue. Like, we've really seen that. I mean, apparently the raid suit can block page 1. It's got that durability, but also penetrated by the candy bullets. So,
Maybe they're bad with slashing, but good with blood force.
I think we'll give this one to EGG.
Okay.
Because Cavendish is more of an unknown quality with these like weird Hakuba power-ups.
Could Hakuba use Haki?
Yeah, it's weird. I think we'll give this one to EGG. Full raid too, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got light powers, so you know. I think we'll give it to EGG.
Sure.
Moving on to the question corner. A few questions for the people out there. First question. I feel like Oda is keeping Frankie... Oh, from Hippo. I feel like Oda is keeping Frankie Brook whereabouts a secret for a reason. Any chance they might swoop in and save Momonosuke?
Luffy will say Momonosuke. There's no
If
doubt in my
Brook
mind.
stalls it yet again...
There's no question that Luffy will say Momonosuke.
But let's hear this out. Brook clutches it yet again.
MVP in Hokage God.
MVP in Hokage God. Maybe he could go ghost form and pick
The
up
fastest
Momonosuke.
man alive.
Sure.
Not even alive, but the fastest man.
Stalls past Kaido and his calamities. And Big Mom. Yet again. And gets Momonosuke safe. Could be a thing. I don't know. Is Frankie setting up his anti-Kaido weapons? And he's about to shoot that laser. Where are these weapons, Frankie? Please. Please tell me.
Did he meet up with Usopp and Chopper? Did he construct the Shogun?
Will the Shogun bust through the wall? And go toe-to-toe with Big Mom and
Wrestle.
And then Frankie...
Shogun unknown quantity.
The Shogun could... The tech
Wobble-
factor.
Wobble metal.
The tech factor.
YB
right?
couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll chuck a tweet out about the Shogun.
The Shogun
see what people
factor.
think.
It's an unknown quality. It's never been defeated or damaged in any way.
Nothing's ever happened to it.
Big Mom punched it. No dance. Alright? Zero
Sure.
dance. Alright? There you go. From Mad Tiger Toll. Why hasn't Big Mom gone after Zeph or anyone in the East Blue to get back at the Straw Hats? Wasn't the notorious of the Melee people's heads to those who crossed her? What happened to that? Now,
Was that a Germa threat?
was it a Germa threat? Did Germa tell Big Mom about Zeph? Although she should know because of her intelligence network.
She's kind of after Luffy at the moment. I don't think there's
I
any
don't know
time
that,
to
like-
or make orders to get Zeph.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe someone's after Zeph right
Maybe
now.
they're fending him off. Who's she really sending to the East Blue?
Galette.
No, she's not sending a main family. She sends some fucking goon.
Bobbin.
Some assassin to the East Blue. Alright?
Also,
sailing time.
One of the Raisin twins.
Sailing time. You think about that.
Sure.
A couple months to get to the East Blue. Can't just teleport there. Alright? What do we think about that? Yeah, it's probably a drop plot point. It's kind of weird how that was resolved. Where it's like, since Germa agreed to leave him alone, therefore he was, even though they didn't really inform Big Mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's weird around there, like what the reasoning is. But yeah. Right. From Tristan Hitchens. I feel like another Ace flashback coming soon. If so, what do you guys think it'll be like? Ace Source.
Make up for the mistakes.
Making up for the mistakes of Marineford, we're gonna see Haki. We're gonna see crazy fire abilities.
Crazy Conqueror shit.
Crazy Conqueror shit. And we might see a bit of Ace versus Kaido, maybe. If we want to go crazy with the Ace Source. If you want to go absolutely insane.
Out of control.
Alright. We might put in Ace versus a Calamity. Alright. Might do something crazy there.
Okay.
Ace versus Kaido. If we really want to hype Ace up to the insane degrees.
Does that by tandem hype up Blackbeard to insane degrees?
Yes.
Mm.
Alright, so... But really, we're going to see how cool Ace is. He was a good guy. He was a good guy in Wano. Luffy-like, you know. That's what we're really going to see. From Thunderbird, when will Rio be used? Will Luffy make Rio a new moveset? Like, explosive rounds. Gum, explosive pistol. That's a cool idea to really make it clear when he's using it, when he's not using it.
Potentially. Different animal, different...
Yeah.
Colon.
Different naming convention also. I like that idea. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I think it'd be nice.
Yeah. From Mad Dog. Just laughing. No question.
Okay.
Just laughing.
There you go. He's having a good time.
Having a good time. Okay. From Drew Flax. Do you think Kaido will try and marry Perisperry with Yamato? I think that's over. The marriage
thing's probably...
It's clearly the new Onigashima project, and Yamato was announced.
I always kind of thought people bringing up the marriage thing is kind of like, he's going to do it again.
A little too obvious. Only went a different direction. Yeah, new Onigashima project, and Yamato will be the Shogun. That's why the Yamato announcement had to come after.
Yeah.
So it all adds up. So I think the marriage plot line's not really going to happen. Who Captain said, didn't Hiro say she wanted to kill Orochi?
Yes.
Yeah, but again, from last week, I said it doesn't matter. Orochi piece of shit. He doesn't deserve the crazy, you know, emotional, dead kind of thing. The revenge plot. He got taken out like the bitch he is. And I think that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
If he's alive, if he's not dead, you know. From Nate.
Do you think he'll end up back to where he started? As
a fucking bum.
As a bum serving the Kazuki?
No, come on. They're not going to do that. They're going to fucking...
Make him a bootlicker?
Get out. Just kick him out of water.
I could see it happening.
From Nate. Why do you two have a combined IQ of 5? Well, we just had you on the show. Come on, man. You gonna roast us? That's crazy. That's crazy, Nate. You betrayed us. Drit's fanboy, you know? What can we say there?
Ironic is it that he follows Dritz. He's talking about IQ.
You know, that's what it is, alright? From Young Obama, random question for you guys both. But maybe it only pertains to Eric. How do you feel about digital animation versus the old school hand-drawn animation? Which style is better? Or is it just positives and negatives for both types?
There's a theory out there that
Sure.
the birth of digital animation killed the design of the hand-drawn animation. Now, what does that mean? You can scroll infinitely into digital, Christian. Put all tiny little details.
Sure.
Does that muddy the image quality? Does that muddy what we're looking at? Does that confuse? Does that add extra details that aren't there? That's a major conversation going on in the industry. That
design stage wise.
yeah,
Complexity
design
of
stage, character
characters.
design, compositions of the characters. Are they too complex?
Well,
Are they too
you
simple?
look at the old school Disney stuff. It's just simple dresses, simple like designs.
Not much detail
Yeah.
on things. But then you look at old school anime, real stiff.
Well,
So
Disney-
many details.
Disney stuff.
Simple.
High quality.
Yeah.
Best quality. It is.
Complex designs isn't always the best idea for animation.
More lines, more time.
More lines, more time, more chance for errors.
Sure.
You want to get rid of those lines, Christian.
And maybe that's the problem with the Berserk anime. That's
Too
why-
many lines.
Too many lines will never get made properly. Too complicated.
That's a major difference.
Yeah.
Theoretically, there should be no quality difference in either of them because it's basically the same thing, only digital.
But there's a little grain, like people try and put the fake grain textures and shit. There's like the paint and the artistry, the vivid paint colors, and there's things to be said about it. It's like the tactile nature of hand drawing.
Yeah.
Because they're saying for digital paintings and and real paintings. Moving on from Garura. What? I'm assuming Orochi is still alive because he has a mythical zone fruit, multiple heads. We know this.
Mm.
Also, do you think Orochi will now work with Luffy, Kid, and Law Pirates Alliance to take down Kaido and the Big One Pirates because of the regret betrayal of the Kaido chopping off his head? No, they're not working with him. I don't think Orochi's getting redemption. I don't know why Orochi would get redemption. He's murdered Odin and he's murdered Toki.
We'll see what happens,
He's murdered major characters in the story. He's not getting redemption. It's like people think Caesar Clan would get redemption.
Yeah.
And he's got kicked out of the story.
Disappeared.
Alright, so there you go. 2. If Kaido and Big Mom do succeed in finding ancient weapons and acquiring the weapons, will Blackbeard then steal the ancient weapons from them and be the big final bad guy in the Yonko saga for the Straw Hats?
Who knows what's going to happen with the final weapons, with the ancient weapons? Because we Straw Hats already have one.
I think Pluton will be...
Straw Hats have
show
two,
itself.
theoretically.
Pluton, Frankie could build it.
Yeah.
Shirahoshi. And Uranus still...
Question
mystery.
marks.
So where is Uranus, alright? So ancient weapons being brought up in Wano yet again. Uranus is on Wano. I'm calling it right now. Call it right now. It's a terraformer.
Sure.
Call it right now.
Okay.
From Mari. Erase a concept of One Piece of lore from the story and a concept of One Piece to lore of the story. Modify. So remove a piece of lore from the story and add a piece of lore.
Law.
Like a lore, like fucking remove something and add something. Remove Van der Decken lore and add good lore for
Around
the Flying Dutchman.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Alright? That's what I'll say. Alright? From Rygar. Martin Gear for Luffy, no time limit versus Mihawk. Think our boy is ready for the big leagues.
No time limit gift was big.
But the dangerous sword of Mihawk.
Sure. I don't think Luffy's haki is strong enough to
Tango.
get hit by Mihawk's sword. There's questions about reflection and stuff. People underestimate Luffy's ability to deal with swords. He's creative with how he deals with them always.
Yeah. Like, we look at Cracker was able to cut Luffy's gear 4. So, Mihawk, there'd be no question about that.
Can Luffy use crazy observation to cold red his arm out of the way and then hit Mihawk? There's all these questions. Mihawk counters with his sword skills.
With his finesse.
Yes.
Alright? Can't forget about the finesse.
There's a lot of questions.
Alright. From Zarkon. seen people confused about whether Kaido means to move Onigashima to the flag capital or just rename it. He says Onigashima will become the new flower capital, as in the new capital of Wano will be Onigashima.
Yeah.
And the continent, big island of Wano, will be
The garrison.
the fucking weapons factories,
Sure.
including the flower capital, will be destroyed and replaced with factories, and weapons and shit like that. That's what I assumed there, man. Okay. From Dart, what are the ups and downs of Toriko? Why should people check it out? If you want a time train that doesn't stop,
It's true. The hype train does not stop.
that is also the biggest downfall. Does warp kitchens make sense? Does
Food luck,
food
gourmet.
luck,
sauce.
gourmet energy? The power system is weird.
It is all hype.
It is all hype.
Nokimasu Jiro.
I agree, forget. But Toriko, if you love hype, you love seeing big explosions, you love seeing cool shit.
Power
Toriko-
ups are plenty.
No, it doesn't have
Constant upgrades.
big emotional moments. Not really.
No real, yeah.
The short arcs, 20 chapter arcs, which means you get in, you get out.
It's all hype.
There's no real plot. Like
Yeah.
it's just fun.
There's no real emotional investment.
Yeah, it's all
other
hype.
than investment in hype,
Yeah,
which is
that's fine.
something in itself.
Toriko, all right. Go get it if you like the hype.
Mhm.
All right. From Crusopp, would you guys consider making a Shadow Sword or cancel its anime? No. We're not running an animation studio here. Sure, yes. But Cancel Lords is a little different because it involves...
The audience would not exist. It's so inside.
It's so inside baseball,
Yeah.
fucking One Piece specific. I mean, yeah, sure. Do you want to see your shit in
I guess you can make a
Amazing.
parody. You could alter it to be a more general parody
of shonen
of
tropes?
anime.
Yeah, anime tropes and shit. Yeah,
I guess Shadow Soul theoretically could be turned into an anime. It's just like
yeah. Just you'd have to be done. You have to fucking have to be done. So, yeah.
send $10 million to the
10
my
million.
PayPal
You get it done.
at erictalado@gmail.com.
Sure. And you'll embezzle the funds and disappear.
Yeah, that's it.
So maybe not do that. All right. So moving on to Zarkon. One Piece chapter 986 or 987 made an editor cry. When people are going to stop taking the end of the word as gospel and stop raising their expectations way too high. Again, this.
You get nothing. You
Just
lose.
ignore it. He could cry for many, many, many things.
Like Momonosuke said something. Luffy said he's going to be Pirate King to Kaido.
Next question.
Next question. From DB. If 2 Zoros plus 1 Sanji plus 5 Shanks equals 8,999 choppers. So he's given us a math equation.
Yeah.
And he's asked us, how many Zoros is 1 Shank? I don't like this math. Because how many
If you have 5
times...
Shanks, it would be infinite, so the equation's wrong.
Well, he's a sum of all infinites. Which means there's infinite times infinite. So... this math is completely wrong. So, next question. From Felipe. Is Chopper ever going back to somewhere interesting as a character, or is he just going to stay in the position of cute pet in the crew
Go back.
forever? Chopper had some cool moments post-time skip. With Zoro,
He needs to get back to that, like...
Brawler.
He knows that he
I feel-
needs to get back to, like, all that. He does what he has to do.
He needs to, like...
I want him to show his commitment.
Because
to the crew
post-time
again.
skip, it was like Chopper was a kid and he's growing up. And, like, Zoro's helping him out and the crew's helping him out with that. And you can see that during his fights.
Yeah.
But Chopper these days, he doesn't really talk. He does memes.
He mixes vials.
He mixes vials.
Hopefully he shows us something in Onigashima.
Chopper, you know,
Because
bully
the
everyone.
thing about Chopper is like it's kind of like Usopp, but like Chopper will go in, but he knows that like it's that added context where it's like we know he doesn't have the power, but he does what all he can.
He's basically that kid in anime that like he's a kid, so he's not strong, but he tries anyway.
Yeah.
That's Chopper.
We need to see that again.
Yeah. Alright. Moving on to Corvo Q. With the time estimated that has been thrown out there, do you have tangential evidence that Oda's rushing or throwing away anything out to finish sooner?
Well, if he was rushing, Act 2 wouldn't have been existed.
Yeah.
One is a long arc. I don't know if he's rushing.
Sure. Oda keeps on saying that it's 5 years, but there's no real evidence that he's rushing. I mean, no one's coming out saying he's rushing. No, it's kind of like just a feeling, I guess. You know.
Sure.
Some things will rush, some things don't. You know, it's why is he consistent? And there it is, and there's a show. Call it show this week. Done again. Another episode of the books. Next week, chapter, quote unquote, gotta make you cry.
Who knows? Maybe the next one, next chapter, there's confusion.
And then the chapter after that, and then the chapter after that.
It'll be a meme.
It's the new Loki legend.
But we're looking forward to it because the climax is coming of this certain section.
But
Luffy's gonna have to keep saving Momonosuke, so we'll see.
You can kind of feel Act 3 ending.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Get ready for that. Shanks is the God King.
Good night.
Good night.